Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion, Plays of Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus challenges, and it's the family men. The family men. It's a God bless. I'm so thankful. It's a challenge that goes, please, to the cathedral. We've had so many challenges that stop. We've had so many challenges that stop. I should not have walked in the self-sacrifice room. Obviously. Yes, that's some backseating I can get behind because it's self-evident to me as well. It's a challenge that goes to the cathedral. It's exciting because we've had so many that go to mom's, well, just mom. Really is the biggest one by far so far. It's not that you know what, I'm leaving. Because I don't even want Shoop the Whoop. I want the dad's key because it's in keeping with the theme. You know, if you fool me once, it won't get fooled again. Anyway. Man, remember back when everybody had a George W. Bush impression? No? What's youth like? Those were the days, man. That's my impression, by the way. Mission accomplished. That's not very good at all. See, I didn't have one. I was like 15 at the time that he was the president. But anyway, you get the idea. Whip, whip, whip. We're gonna let Rotten Baby do all of the work for us on this run. Anything that Brother Bobby and Sister Maggie do is basically incidental. Yo, though. A secret room, a store credit, an opportunity for Dad's key to give us humbling friggin' bundle for free. This is a dream come true. So far, so good. How is Family Man in terms of challenge difficulty? I would say mid-tier difficulty. Certainly not as easy as, like, Computer Savvy, which I'm going to be honest, we did, and I have almost no memory of it whatsoever because it was so easy. I don't know if we talked about the parameters of Computer Savvy at all over the course of its existence. This one, it's basically like it's a Lilith prototype. You know, we can't shoot, and we don't have anything as cool as Incubus, but BFF Rotten Baby is, relatively solid sort of setup for us that can do a lot of work. Brother Bobby, Sister Maggie, again, kind of just hanging out. Tears upgrade, I don't even know if it affects us at all. It might affect Brother Bobby and or Sister Maggie, but I'm not totally convinced. I'm not positive. Either way, we should be okay. But there is a big incentive for us on this floor, if possible, to get this deal with the devil. Because really, damage upgrades would cement this one as being in a pretty good spot. I think I'm going to blow this guy up. Okay, that's fine. Then we're going to go here, and we're going to give this guy enough money so he gives us an HP or mapping, but in all likelihood, it will be HP. Typically works, as you can see. Then we're going to go to the Demon Judgment. This is it's a sensible approach to take. I've done it many times before. Your safety is not guaranteed. I've done this only once before. Strength card. Okay, we're gonna pop it. Give us a little bit more fuel here. Stars. Not really what we're looking for. We can be a little aggressive. Oh, ceremonial robes. Exactly what we wanted. No guarantee, of course, that we will win this run. But, dude. Sin robes, Rotten Baby. Much better. Basically, all we have to do is deign to not get hit. You guys ever... So, your safety is not guaranteed is a meme. It's an ancient meme. It might be from, like, the year 2005. Maybe even earlier, to be honest. Slightly earlier. I came across it back in my high school days. It was a YTMND, which was, if you're not familiar, again, what's youth like? But, you know, before YouTube and shareable GIFs and something like that were as popular as they were. There was YTMND, which had a looping audio track in the background and then a still image in the foreground. So that's, you know, it'd be a picture of Captain Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation, and then it would go, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the USS Enterprise. And that was how we kept ourselves entertained in the year 2004. You're the man now, dog. It was basically like, at the time we thought it was hilarious, but now looking back, it's actually like one step, like, more prosaic than like an email forward. You won't believe what happened, blah, blah. You get the idea. Yo, thank you for the speed upgrade. We'll definitely snag this. I'm doing it for you, chat. I'm doing it for you. Shouldn't have done it, probably, but I'm doing it for you. And there was a class, or not a classified ad, but a wanted ad. See, there's a lot of old stuff in this that, you know, you're interfacing with something from a different time period, you know? And it said, you know, wanted, helper for time traveling. Your safety is not guaranteed. I've only done this once before. But then, and it was hilarious because there was a picture was like a dude with a mullet. And then, the soundtrack in the background was push it to the limit, past the point of no return. Don't look back to something, you better win it. You know, that's, you know the song. I hesitate to say it, but basically the whole website existed as kind of like some kind of like archaic Rickroll. I don't know why, I feel very strange and self-conscious explaining what YTMND is right now, but you get the idea. They made a movie about it, an indie movie from the Duplass brothers, starring Aubrey Duplass. And I know that's not her real name, it was a joke. But either way, I haven't seen it, but I heard it was very good and even perhaps a little bit touching. Let me in. Alright. I still believe that you will be here, so give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. And when you hit me, if you could hit me with some kind of defensive upgrade like the Relic, maybe we could also stop standing in front of enemies that are charging at us. In my defense, the reason I'm doing it is because my brain is bad, and what I'm basically thinking is like, well, my shots will kill the enemy, and then my conscious brain intervenes as an exception is thrown and goes, there is no... oh, thank you. Yo, it's some katsu curry. I'm gonna eat a spoonful of rice and then keep talking. I beg you, Ruka, do not eat this. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, my conscious brain has to intervene and go like, you don't have shots. And by then, it's far too late. The AE just put everything in a try-catch block. We don't have to do it. We don't have to... Ah! That's alright. We still have our deal with the devil chance. What do you know what I would want from our deal with the devil? Either a lot of spirit hearts, like an Abaddon. We already got Sin Robe, so sadly that's squandered. But something along those lines, or alternatively, Sack Dagger, really. I would love to just be able to walk into enemies and have them die. That would be very helpful for me. Anyway. Please. It is a bit of a frustrating challenge for sure, but it should also be very strong, you know? Like, basically Rotten Baby plus any damage upgrade you get being better. Help. There we go. And if possible, if we get a hip, and a hip, thank you. We should go back for the bomb, too. This one, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked from my anecdote, but we should pay a little bit more attention to, you know, just what the heck is going on. This one has the potential. Like, this floor usually is like an inflection point for us where it could all go up in smoke. And not in the cool way like a chimney, but in a bad way like, you know, important documents. There it goes. Can you smell the... Can you smell the vapors? Trying to think for, you know, how do we get out of this? Well, one way would be to find literally any kind of special room. I know there's not item rooms, so we shouldn't hang our hat on that possibility. But, like, we have 27 cents. We want to go to the shop. We want to go to the shop, man. Let's fight the bosses first. There is a non-zero chance we get to deal with the devil if we don't take damage on second boss. I don't know if he's heard of second boss Pippin. You get the idea. Second boss comes after the first one. That's the one that it's important to not take damage on in these unique situations. Although, given our HP, it's probably important to not take damage on any of them. Gertie, just a pain in the butt. You know, realistically, we could kill him without having to resort to bomb usage, but, you know, this isn't a realistic situation. It's a situation where I'm trying to talk about what I want the most. And I'll tell you what, neither of these items are it, Chief. Maybe. 1 in 5. Closer to 1 in 5 or 1 in 6, but it's somewhere in there. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is be able to roll a d6 exactly the way you want it to. Or the way you should, I guess. And no such luck. We've already been to the shop. Okay, brain's broken. Sorry. My mistake. This one goes... It's a cruel twist of fate. Like a Bob Dylan song. Track 2 off of Blood on the Tracks. So this one goes all the way... Well, hey, the box popped open. I guess I'll have another spoonful here. Need some Isaac Fuel. Mmm. Ruka, don't do it, buddy. Don't do it. We'll try. I do wish you could get out of these rooms. Inquiring minds may remember, there was a point in Isaac where if you could fly, you could just leave this room. It seems so quaint to think about now, but it's the honest-to-goodness truth. For years, it would be like, well, why wouldn't you go in that room? If you can fly, you can just leave. Now it's like, hey, you know that item that purposefully opens all the doors on the level, including the ones that shouldn't open? Yeah, it doesn't open that one for reasons. I mean, sure hope somebody got fired for that blunder. Okay, we're gonna try to... Really, we're just trying to get shade. I hate to say it, like... This might be our best option. But we're trying to put shade in the general vicinity of the enemy and hope they walk into it and stand there for quite some time. Let's have some shade. Could do you good. Shade, shade. You guys are like, is that Sheryl Crow? That must be Sheryl Crow. If you could have any bird as a last name, I mean, you think about it, there's a lot, right? What would you choose? There's Tony Hawk, John Hawks, Sheryl Crow. Well, there's other crows, I suppose. Dude, I'm using Dad's key. I don't want to fight half of these rooms now. What are some other birds? There's got to be, like, heron. Someone with the last name of Bald Eagle. Bald Eagle. Well, hello, my name is George Bald Eagle. Maybe not. Flamingo? That seems like it could be a last name. Parakeet? There'd be some ridiculous ones, you know? Like if someone was like, hello, my name is Jennifer Blue-Footed Booby. You would be like, come on, Jennifer. We're all adults here. I don't see why you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes with an obvious pseudonym. I don't know where this video is going. I'm gradually going more and more insane as the run becomes more or less and less really likely to win. All we need is, I mean, we got a 100% chance to deal with the devil. Oh, you pinched me. It was like PUBG. Okay, so we're just gonna stand here so that shade can get you. Bless you. Love you, Kate. Come on, riding baby. Come on, riding baby. McFlies. So close. Shade's a tough one to hit this guy with. No question about that. Please, just my run. It's very sick. It's ahead of schedule, which is even the funny part, but only because we can skip like 90% of the rooms that appear. No orbital. I will still take a damage upgrade against my better judgment. I don't know, man. This one's got me a little spooked, to be honest. We'll see. I'm just saying, I would be Tony Hawk, I think. Yeah, it's no longer what bird would you have as a last name. It's like you have to choose someone that has a bird-related last name. We gotta try at this point. There might be a better one I haven't considered. I mean, I guess if you don't want to be Tony Hawk, you could be his son, Riley Hawk. If you respect Tony Hawk so much you don't want to be him, you just want to be, like, raised by him. And then you got, of course, Sheryl Crow, as mentioned. I feel like you could be able to Google people with birds as last names. But really what I want to do is, oh, you know what? Christopher Robin. Didn't even think about that. Christopher Robin was a real person. I believe he is now deceased, so that is, you know, not necessarily maybe your best call right now. Can I tell you something about being Canadian? People think that our understanding of who is and who isn't Canadian is only for actors, actresses, singers, etc., etc. That is not true. I can tell you with authority, Winnie the Pooh, not Canadian. However, the bear that inspired Winnie the Pooh, that's a Canadian bear. Look it up. Look it up. We had the Heritage Minutes to prove it. We got receipts. The bear was at the zoo. The guy who bought the bear bought it for like 20 bucks, and then he named it after his hometown of Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's a Canadian bear. Hey, we're a Canadian bear. You guys like Grand Funk Railroad? Yeah, me neither. I know, you know. I'm not joking with you. I don't know what it is. Canadians, we have unique, well, maybe not unique, but we have a cultural identity that is like, I know what's Canadian. For example, the SkyTrain in Vancouver, many of the cars are made by a Canadian engineering company, Bombardier. Some of them are made by Hyundai, the Korean company. I just know, dude. And it's gonna sound bad. You know how I know I'm in a Canadian train car? It's worse. Now, to be fair, the Bombardier train cars are like, you know, 20 years older. So it's mostly I just brought it up for the joke, but still, you get the idea. The only, and admittedly, I haven't interfaced exhaustively with every single culture on Earth, but the only other time I've seen that unique, like, semi-unique, I guess, Canadian spark is when I was talking to Kate's dad, and I was like, we were in Korea, and he's like, that's the ocean. His English is not perfect, but that's what he said, basically. I'm not bringing that up to be like, oh, what an idiot. I'm bringing it up to, you know, because, you know, when we have conversations, as much as I would like it to be like a fluent conversation, there is potential for misunderstanding because, you know, I don't speak Korean basically at all, and his English is, like, passable, but not, he's not always saying what he means exactly, I guess, 100%. But, you know, that's family, baby. But he was like, that's the sea. And I was like, oh, is that the Sea of Japan? And he was like, no, that's the Sea of Korea. And I was like, oh, right. It is a little weird, right? Like, you know, we have the sea. It's called the South China Sea. I mean, we don't have it, but you know what I mean. But, like, there's many countries that are on the South China Sea, though. Why does it have to be called the China Sea? Why don't they name it after the explorer who went there or something like that? You know what I mean? It's like if, you know, the Atlantic Ocean was called, like, the American Ocean. I guess there is an Indian Ocean. That probably would have been a much better example. But, you know, kind of, for the rest of the countries that border the Indian Ocean, aren't you like, well, look at me, I'm India. I get to name the ocean after myself. Nobody else has ever thought of this? Really? Cadillac Fairview doesn't want me in? Don't step on me. No step on sack. So, is this, like, does this run have any marked chance to make it to the cathedral? Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Like, if we skip one of every 2 rooms, why? Who says it can't? Probably should have gone to the shop to maximize our chances, but I also think we were maximizing our chances of being hit if we do that. We have a 45% chance of a deal with the devil thanks to our many evil augmentations. I just wish for a single orbital. Shade? Am I losing my mind? Where is Shade? I know I haven't had this item in a while, and normally when I get it, I don't even pick it up, right? Or normally when I have the opportunity, because I think it's kind of bad. But where is it? I thought it's not one of those items that requires you to be hit, is it? I thought it just enters every room with you. Did I break Shade? More than this has happened in the past. It's more likely that I probably just forgot the mechanics of how it worked, and it does trigger on hit or something like that. But maybe you get it once every few rooms. I don't know. Most of the time, it's not relevant enough to really worry about, or it's not good enough to be relevant would be a better way to describe it. But this time, it's like, I need all the damage I can get, dude. Did Shade die? run out of HP. We've made it. No deal with the devil. That's fine. Take the Polaroid. None of that is worth it. It's very unprofessional. I need to take another spoon of rice. I'm very hungry. I've got the hunger headaches. It's good. Now, there is meat in this. I feel the need to reaffirm. I have not become vegetarian. I have made a marked effort to consume less meat. And I'll give you the reason why. I was vegetarian before in my life. Let me go. For a few months. And I basically, like, ambiently lost 25 pounds. I didn't even notice I was losing it. I could have, like, afforded to lose it. To put it, I mean, I wasn't, like, morbidly obese or anything like that, but it was like, you know, I was in the market to lose some weight, and I basically did it accidentally, and I was like, this rules, but so does eating meat, so fair enough, right? No thank you, sir. So basically, that's what I'm doing for health reasons now. I don't know how to explain it. Of course, you can eat terrible food if you're vegetarian as well, but it restricts so much of a menu to you that there's a huge correlation between dishes that are vegetarian and dishes that are good for you, especially if you're dining out. Very few places are like, yeah, the meat option is a rack of ribs and the vegetarian option is just a double order of french fries. You know, it's always like if you want to eat vegetarian when you're out, it's like, it's a bowl of quinoa with a grilled avocado on top of it. And it sounds boring, and maybe you're not a huge fan of those things, but it's also very helpful, and it's working out nicely for me so far, so I like it. But I'm consuming meat on occasion, at least a couple of times a week. I think it's a more sustainable style, you know? I still want to try that Impossible Burger, though. I bring it up only because I talked about the meatless thing, and I know, you know, people might be like, oh, you're off that already. Nah, here's the thing. When my wife was away, it was very easy for me to do like a trial run. Now, you know, we're cooking dinners for one another. It's much more convenient to occasionally be like, I'm just gonna have meat tonight and completely go against my principles. But you know what I appreciate is that my wife knows that I'm on this endeavor to lose weight, and it's going pretty well. She ordered lunch and didn't order me anything. And it's gonna sound like this is callous, but I'm actually, when I saw that she did it, I thanked her. And I went like, thank you for not even asking me if I wanted to order lunch. You just removed the temptation. And we're like, I'm just going to order my own lunch that is not particularly healthy. And then I'll eat half the leftovers cold. But that's better than eating a whole entree and then also half of the leftovers cold. Okay. I hate this room, dude. We got 22 bombs. Do it wisely. What are you gonna do? You're gonna... Yeah, you can't walk through the spikes anyway. Dude, this room is garbage. Actual garbage room. We made it, but... Good lord. Okay, 72.5% chance of a deal with the devil. Very important. We give ourselves every available opportunity to get the deal with the devil here. Loki is not particularly terrible. Doubled or tripled or... septupled. Well, maybe a septupled. You'd start to feel the heat a little bit. I'd just like you to stand still and eat like 2 bombs. You don't have to eat every bomb. You also can't hug every cat. You've seen the video, I'm sure. Please. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna get spun, which is very important. And we can only take one of these items. You know it's gotta be Dark Judas. We don't have homing tears or anything. And we could respawn. And I actually think at 2.5 hearts is probably worth it, even though it is still a little scary. And then hope for an HP upgrade. Yo! Okay. Sometimes it's gonna work out, boys. So what's the good news? Well, the good news is that carrot was delicious. Now the good news is now we have 17 damage. So Rotten Baby, no, that's the bad news. I was wondering what I was going to say for the bad news, so that helps. The good news is that Rotten Baby is going to be incredible as a result of our newfound damage. The bad news is the same as it ever was, you know? Like, we have no HP and no means to shoot. So, realistically, some of these situations are going to be real bad. Like, I want to fight this room, even though we could use Dad's Key, because these are enemies that die quickly and we got a lot of space to move around. If we got space, we're set. Doesn't really help us, but... This is a room I would like to leave, because I hate you. And then we'll save up. If nothing else seems compelling to leave, at least we can leave that room on our way back if we have to. No, please. Thank you. Target selection. Thank you. It's a weird floor right now. Yeah, I think it's abundantly clear we are not going in the right direction. But Rotten Baby is definitely holding it down now. So I think we are most likely to enjoy ourselves if we go this way and we go, yep, see you later, mister. Perfect. Okay, we're not going to have Dad's Key for the boss fight, aka who friggin' cares? Irrelevant. Now, ideal setup here, no joke whatsoever, is 9 lives. 9 lives, actual, like, galaxy brain pickup for us here. Just please, I mean, obviously don't get hit twice right now. That would be like a terrible way to go. There's a very realistic case to be made that I made a major mistake by invoking Judas's Shadow immediately. We didn't have to. We wouldn't have allowed us to take Death Touch, but so what? You know, we would have had basically 2 more Demon Hearts to roll with. It's Guppy's hairball. So close, but no cigar. Okay. It's all kinda, it hinges on this right here. We definitely, like, we have no reason to believe that we should be any more likely than, you know, we were previously to get through this floor. We have no means to generate HP. We have means to generate red hearts, but it's worth nothing. You gotta try. Yep. Okay, so we won't grab this yet, but that health upgrade, probably incredibly valuable. Okay, well, if we have to do the room, we have to do the room. At least now we know what we're getting ourselves into. Beautiful. We played really well for part of this run. And this is not, and especially, I said it was like a medium difficulty challenge. It's definitely not in the hardest tier. Really depends on how you define the tiers, I suppose. You know, was there like easy, medium, hard? Or is there like, oh, this is not a hard, this is a super hard, you know? Okay, I'd still put this one in the mediums somewhere, but, and if you get an orbital, it might be like a little bit of a different story, but we had to play pretty well and make some smart decisions on this one to get it to come together. And it's always nice when you make that happen, you know, because it's like, you know, not to invoke the EA meme, but it gives you a sense of accomplishment. You're like, I did something that is not easy. Hello, Tomo. I know you keep walking in and walking out, but it's like you walk in and then you remember, like, I'm hungry. And then you walk out and you walk in and you go, oh, I'm thirsty. Do you want me to... I mean, your place on the desk right now, admittedly, there you go, it was being taken up by a container of katsukuri. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab your box, and I'm going to put it right here. And would you like to get in? Would you like to either... Hey, it's taking 1 step, okay. 2 steps. Would you like to take your other 2 feet into the... There you go. When the cats are sleepy, they don't mind being in boxes together on the desk. If they're not sleepy, they get very territorial about it. And they're like, hey, you can't be in here, I'm in here. But when they're ready to sleep, it's cute. Tomo. You watching me play? He's a good luck charm, dude. Can we get some Google DeepMind scientists to track my wins with and without Tomo in the room? Sleight of hand and twist of fate. He comes into my room when there's no Kate. And I win with Tomo. Winning with Tomo. That's With or Without You by U2, in case you couldn't place it despite my pitch-perfect singing. I can win, winning with Tomo. Oh. You know, I can't hit that next note, let's be realistic. So we just gotta live long enough to snag this red heart. That exists at the end of this room. Hey, Rotten Baby. Frig off, okay? So unsatisfying when Rotten Baby consistently targets the wrong unit. There we go. Or doesn't target anything and just hangs out. Okay, I mean, this is it now. Why? There we go. Once it targets a unit, you're set. So we'll actually just try to use, like, bombs to kill the units that spawn. And to be real with you, we should have every available opportunity. No angels. I love it even more. No angels summoned. Okay. We should win now. And this was a very, very delicate operation. Now we got to get Rotten Baby to aggro. Now that he's aggroed, the range is largely irrelevant and we're good to go. We got him. It's the cycle. He's caught in the cycle. We're placing bombs just to make sure he doesn't get the opportunity to send too many shots at us. Because, you know, the more shots he sends, the more likely he is to hit. Just a little bit more. Maybe 2 more waves and we're good. This, I would say, so far is probably, like, the most accomplished I've been about a challenge. It's the most excited I've been to finish one. And look at that. That was strong performance. For now, thanks for watching. We got Epic Fetus, that's a strong item. We also unlocked Challenge 11 Glass Cannon. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button, helps you rate the, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!